What is up, Palians? And it's time for another Palia Reddit review, your favorite time of the week. I'm so excited. Y'all, this is not a drill. Do you realize that we are 3 days from Elderwood dropping? It's going to absolutely blow all of our minds, and this is going to be the last Reddit review before Elderwood drops. Everything changes. Like, that's just, we are going to lose our freaking minds. Speaking of Elderwood, I would like to make an announcement. Please stick around until the end of the video where I will be announcing a Elderwood specific build challenge for you all to participate in. You'll have plenty of time to do it. That way you can just take your time with Elderwood, get all of the things, and then we will showcase all of the things that you are creating. So stick around till the end of the video where I'll make an official announcement on what that build challenge is, and I hope to see you there. Don't forget, as usual, you can let me know you enjoy these Reddit reviews by giving me a thumbs up, like, by subscribing to my channel. You also let me know that you want to keep content coming, and I will be more than happy to deliver. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? The Elderwood patch 0191 is coming May 13th. That is in 3 days. Oh my gosh, we are so excited. Greetings, Palians. In case you missed the news, Palia launches on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS on May 13th alongside a massive new update, the Elderwood expansion. One of the things to note here is that Palia, even after Elderwood, is still going to be considered open beta. They have not gone to 1.0 yet. So that's interesting. It's an interesting choice, which means that Palia is not done. There are still more things to add. In preparation for the launch, we will be performing scheduled downtime for the full day starting on Monday, May 12th, 2025, 3 p.m. UTC. Expected duration, Monday, May 12th, 2025, 3 p.m. UTC to Tuesday, May 13th, 2025, 5 p.m. UTC. So they are going to be down a full 26 hours at least. While the game servers get their beauty sleep, we plan to release the patch notes a day earlier on Monday alongside downtime, and these notes should keep you busy. They're chonky. Ooh, I like patch notes. Please mark your calendars and plan accordingly. Any updates regarding the planned maintenance will be shared here. Patch notes will be shared during maintenance on Monday. We can't wait to welcome you home and enter the Elderwood on May 13th. In the meantime, check out the blog for more details here. So go ahead and check that out if you want to. Basically, the patch notes, just, you know, they don't really give too much, but I'm excited. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see what Elderwood looks like on my PC versus PlayStation. I'll work on getting that hooked up, and we'll check that out. I think it'll be pretty cool. Did you make your character based on anything? Made my character based off my cat Kimchi. Wanted to see if anybody did something similar. I'd like to hear the lore you may have behind your character designs. I've only had Palia for maybe 2 weeks, but this is probably the most fun I've had in any game. I don't have many friends that play, but everyone in the community has been so nice, and I feel lucky to not run into any negativity. I'm wanting to get a different top, but keep the tail ears, but not until I have the extra spending money. Oh, let's see. Oh, look at that. That is so cute. That is so cute. So my character in game has gone through a lot of different iterations. If you look at some of the early tours, early videos, I went through kind of like a baggy hair phase, or shaggy hair phase, I should say. I call it my teenage days as a content creator. Anyways, if you look at old videos, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Or if you've been around for a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I don't know, I just kind of landed on sort of a classic like undercut type of design, and the orange in the hair is kind of like the orange that's in my logo, and that's really about as much thought as I've given it. One of the other things is that, like, as I'm touring homes, you notice that my outfit is always the same. I don't really change that up too often, and the reason for that is because as a creative choice, I don't want to be the focus of the video. I want the person and I want their home to be the focus of the video. So pretty much I just kind of like blend into the background. It's also kind of a professional look. But yeah, I mean, that's exactly the inspiration behind my look in Palia, as it were. I just love when Einar adjusts himself so we can talk eye to optical chip. Yeah, I know, right? He's really tall. He's a really tall character, NPC. Einar is so tall, I almost crap myself a couple of times when I'm busy doing things in the wilderness, and then bam, some tall creature looming in the distance until I realize it's just Einar. Yeah, he's one hell of a gentle giant. That is, yeah, that's so true. That is so true. Einar is so friendly. I like what they did. I really, one of the things that has always been true for me when it comes to the NPCs in Palia is the fact that they animate them so much. It's almost like you're watching like an animated show, you know? So it's a real like hat tip to the designers and the engineers at Singularity 6 for the NPC design. Like they really feel like actual characters, you know? I broke the curse. Einar's adornment. Oh yeah. They found all of Einar's lost pebbles. You know, for what it is, I know that this particularly has challenged a lot of people as far as like the ability to find all of them. You've had to submit support tickets and stuff. But when you finally get it, like, I think that's what makes these sort of achievements special. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that when you get these milestones in Palia, as it is a cozy game, and you can really just kind of pick it up and put it down and whenever you want, I hope that like the moment that you get these achievements, like they feel as rewarding as they should be. So yeah, good job. That's fantastic. That's Mariel Bakarian. Sweet. I did it. I finally got to 1K apple seeds. Only took me 6 months. 1,000 apple seeds. Wow. How? Holy, I'd sell them so fast. If only there wasn't a max limit on selling. I was just gonna take just as long to sell these, but I already started at least. Surely, but slowly but surely I'll be a millionaire. Yeah, that crazy. That is that's a lot of apple trees. Apple tree seeds. Wow. That is a lot. Like, how many apple tree seeds do y'all have? Are y'all like, is there some kind of a unspoken collection going on for apple tree seeds? I didn't know apple tree seeds were that lucrative. Learn something new every day. The worst thing I've done in Palia, and I am sorry. Before even reading this, we forgive you. Well, maybe I should actually just read this first. Oh man, I went to play Hot Pot and took the best available table and then realized it was a spam game and I am colorblind, so I knew I couldn't do that level of fast play and left. But it was right when the game started, and now those poor spammers had to suffer through the automatic but slower robot fake me. And if I jammed up your game on a European server, I am so sorry. I was so embarrassed I left the underground and had no luck with bugs or hunting the rest of the night, so karma. Anyway, I'm really sorry. Aww. Let's see, what does this first comment say? So, it doesn't matter if you're colorblind for spam, regular games would be harder, no? Spam, you just hit the spacebar as fast as you can without even looking at the cards. Okay. It's that I have to look at the suits and it takes a little time to figure them out. I don't know why this is hard, but it is, and I just knew I'd jam them up. However, if all I had to do was hit spacebar, I can certainly do that. Anyway, I do feel bad about this, and we'll be sure to double check if it's a spam table before I join. Edit to add, I get it now. All I have to do is hit the spacebar. I feel pretty dumb, so thanks for being patient as I figure this. Okay, listen. That's funny. That's actually pretty funny, you know. I guess like play how you want to play, but man, Hot Pot is just too good of a game to rush through. And I know why I'll do spam pot, but come on. There are some people, I guess, I don't know. How do you organize like that sort of thing? Is there like some underground, like actual underground spam pot sign up sheet or something like that I'm not aware of? I guess I'm just out of the loop as far as like spam pot goes, you know? How do you like determine whether you're in a spam pot table versus like people that actually enjoy hot pot? Like, is that even a thing? Like, I guess that's what I'm a little confused about. Is I know that there are people that genuinely love playing hot pot. I mean, it's a really good game that they added in. Singularity 6, if you're watching this, give us more of that. We love those kind of games that, you know, we get to play with people. But on the same token, the reason why we can't have nice things is there's some things that only you can get through playing a game. Like, you know, if you lock things like, I guess this is a good discussion topic, okay? So if you lock things behind a game, right? People are going to take the path of least resistance, which is like, they're going to pretty much come up with something like spam pot. Can we have a game that is just fun for the sake of being fun, and that's it? I think hot pot is amazing that y'all came up with hot pot, and I'm glad that it is available both at the underground and it's available at the markets. But my gosh, why, like, can we have something that can just be fun and not like get people all up in arms about, you know, plushies and stuff like that? Y'all are a special flavor, that is for sure. Finally, after probably 1,000 worms, the ancient fish is mine. How many of y'all have not caught an ancient fish yet? I have not caught an ancient fish yet. I'll be the first to admit that. I think that's fantastic, though. You know, it's things like these that are just so delicious. It's worth celebrating. It's absolutely worth celebrating. So take the W, you know? You finally got an ancient fish. That is fantastic. I'd like to know, do y'all have any special tips for catching ancient fish? Is there like some kind of, I know you gotta do quest stuff, right? You gotta do quest stuff before you can even have the chance or the possibility of catching the ancient fish. I don't know. But let me know, like, what are your special tricks for catching the ancient fish? Is there like a special time or something like that? Damn, Tamala. Uh-oh. You really could, darling. I hate to say it, but I've seen you run, and well, you seem a little out of shape. Hey, you know what? The fun thing about shapes is that no matter what, we're always in some kind of shape. I don't know, that was a terrible attempt at a joke. But the dialogue in this game is can be ruthless, right? What's been your favorite dialogue in the game? What's the one thing that you like the NPCs telling you? Does it scratch like your brain in a certain way? I'm kind of curious now. Now I can rest in pieces. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you were having some luck today. You caught a starred ruby. That is incredible. That is incredible. You know, there are a lot of people out there that just, they grind and they grind and they grind, and they expect that any day now they will get a starred ruby. But the game, I really think that this is true, that it's random, you know? And also, like, I don't know, I have a conspiracy theory that the game just wants you to be engaged. So the more that you play, the less of a chance that you might get the starred ruby. Like, I was just out with my wife one time, and randomly we both got a starred ruby from mining. So I don't know, no rhyme or reason, but that's fantastic. I'm so happy for you. You know, it's rare for a reason. It's rare for a reason. That's a good way to look at it. I had to share this because I love Palia players so much. Everyone is willing until 3 to chop down the grove. So once 3 hit, we began chopping down the tree. We were only able to get 1 tree and someone typed wait in chat and everyone stopped chopping because 2 more players were coming and everyone waited patiently until they were able to tap the trees. I thought it was so cute because there's always a couple people who ignore chat and chop down the trees anyway. So I thought it was really sweet. Everyone waited patiently. You know, that is one of the best things about Palia, honestly, is the people. There are people that traditionally play other MMOs that don't have this kind of culture that Palia does. And in my opinion, I think that's truly what makes Palia special, is that there is that sort of Palian courtesy, you know? Palian polite, Palian etiquette. Yeah. I would be cautious to say that it's like an unspoken rule. I don't really think that it's a rule. I think it's more of an understanding that there are people on the other end of the screen and there's just, I don't know. I don't really know how else to describe it other than just like, yeah, people, there's a different kind of support, you know, in Palia. It kind of gives me some faith in humanity. The kind of people that are in Palia. And I'll tell you one thing. The people that are in our Discord, that surround the committee that have been brought in through my wife's channel and my channel, just kind of coming together and celebrating life, being just humans and supporting each other has just been one of the most beautiful things that I've experienced as a content creator, you know? So yeah, absolutely. Like the people in Palia are absolutely sweet. If you're on the fence about playing Palia, find yourself a good community. It won't be that hard because there are lots of sweet people in Palia. Favorite picks from my new plot. I think we can agree the last one is the best. Ooh, let's see. So one of my favorite things about these sorts of posts is there are a lot of good photographers in Palia. Y'all really know how to frame a shot, you know? I feel like Palia could have they could have a dream snap type of setup, you know what I mean? I think that'd be pretty cool. But I love how this is just kind of modeled. You got a good amount of layering on all of the things. It looks like this would be very well. Hello, my old friend, the Maji Market archway. Ooh, nice. So I love these multi-tiered designs too. It looks like we got a desk here. The lighting is really good. I like the mix of the specific greenery. So you got some earth tones mixed in there with some pinks. You got a little plushie, bookcases. You have a record player, a clock. Like this is totally setting the mood. I also like the pillars here too. I'm craving more building block options. I hope that y'all are too. I wonder what the future will have in stock for those kinds of building elements. All right, so we got another outdoor shot. Looks like we have different time now, and it looks like you created a pond with those the tables. You got some, I know the flowers, but like they look like reeds. I see them as reeds basically, but you got a nice little cozy setting. That's really lovely. Some of y'all's ability to do landscaping just blows my mind. Oh yeah, that's what's up. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Honestly, that's the last one is the best. But truthfully, like Worldly Pumpkin, you knocked it out of the park. This is a beautiful plot. I'm surprised though that is this on like the tour board? Can we see this in person? If you're watching this, I'd love to tour it sometime. I really would. I love doing plot tours. It's kind of my thing. Social anxiety in game. Guys, I get so embarrassed and nervous when I see other players mining pallium, chopping trees, hunting, fishing, mostly the game itself, but even running alongside each other. The problem, I think, is I'm not used to MMOs, honestly. I'm used to playing games that are one-player RPGs, or you could play with others if you're in a party together, but that's pretty much it. Yes, I've been picked on before, but that was years ago, and I don't think it's because I'm nervous to embarrass myself, but maybe. I'm not sure, honestly. I will straight up run the other way if someone is hunting. I move to the other side when they're fishing. And when someone is chopping flow trees, I will run away and put in the request. I'm posting because I want to know if anyone else has felt this way. And if you do how do you cope with it? Get over it. So first off, I'll read this edit here in just a minute. I don't think you're alone. I think there are a lot more people that are like you than you think. And this is actually like a really interesting point that I learned directly from Singularity 6 as a Palia partner, is that there are a lot of MMOs out there that have they have much higher limits on the servers. So like you go into an MMO and you're gonna have tons and tons and tons and tons of people, like tons of people. People everywhere. You just have like a whole bunch of people, and you know, the last 5 years have really kind of indicated something quite interesting. At least for me, I've always considered myself as sort of an extrovert until the last 5 years. Honestly, I've realized I'm more of an introvert. It's physically draining sometimes to be out in the public. And I know that I'm not alone either. It's kind of an interesting thing that I've learned about myself. But one of the things that I learned as a design decision for Palia was the limitation of the servers to 25 people. So that's actually by design. Can they support more than 25 people? Absolutely they can. They could probably support like hundreds of people in a single server. But they chose 25 because they want it to feel cozy. They want you to be able to enjoy the scenery without having to worry about running into hordes of people. Now, there have been times, honestly, where you're out in the middle of Bahari or Kilima and you're fishing. You're the only one fishing, you know? And how, I guess, you're just kind of vibing, I guess, you know, chilling, and there's like 20 people that show up all of a sudden. That becomes less cozy, you know, in my opinion. Especially if you're not expecting it, you're just kind of out there minding your business. So I don't think that you are alone at all in feeling this. In fact, one of the things that I started doing when I was playing Palia was I turned all my sounds down, because the auditory cues in the game, they were overwhelming. I didn't know if I was scaring something like super rare, and I didn't want to have to think about it. I'm just trying to go from point A to point B, and I didn't want to like worry, I guess, that I was running into something, you know, absolutely rare, and it was the only moment in the history of Palia that I'll ever encounter that thing. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna turn off my sounds and get to where I need to go and not have to worry about it. So I totally feel you. I totally feel you on this. So the edit is, oh wow, you guys are so nice and supportive. I've never thought of Palia as a community-based thing. I'm still pretty new. I don't play much, and I don't think that's the right wording, but the few who commented and even shared their experiences, you guys really switched my perspective. I guess it's just something I'll have to work towards being more engaging. Thank you guys. So I know this is kind of counterintuitive, counterproductive, but Palia is absolutely one of the games that you can play single player if you wanted to. But you know, I do kind of encourage to find a small little cozy collective of people that you can play with. I think that's what, you know, makes you feel like you're not alone and you're doing something with people, so you know that you're not going to intrude on anybody else. And if you do run into the rare occasion of somebody being rude, you already have a support system. So that's kind of a little tip. But yeah, I absolutely don't think you're alone in this at all. Singularity 6 would make a killing if they released actual plushies for sale. I would love a Flutterfox Kitsu or Rainbow Tip Butterfly plush for my home. I'd buy a hot pot if they had one, as the first comment. You know, I think a lot of us honestly love the plushies in Palia so much that they absolutely would make a killing if they sold actual plushies. But it takes a lot. I know it takes a lot to like to actually arrange that kind of stuff, but hey, I know a lot of us would be all for it. Like Singularity 6, if y'all partner up with Plush Mellows, oh gosh, that would be the end. That'd be the end of days for us. The end of days. New to Palia, will we be behind? Okay, so this is actually a really good post because I just saw this game on my PS5 and I think it's something I can play with my wife and daughter. However, I read that it's cross progression, meaning all the folks that's been playing since resale will also be able to log into PS5. Does that put us behind? Does that even affect us to learning about the game? No, that won't affect you at all. The journey in Palia is entirely like up to you. You can go into it with open eyes. We will welcome you with open arms. You can play at your own pace. It really is like a true cozy game. It's casual. You absolutely don't feel obligated to put any money into it. There are a lot of us that that really have supported it. It's the things that you buy in game for yourself are purely cosmetic. So we are really excited to welcome our friends on PlayStation 5 and Xbox into the community, and I'm really excited to welcome y'all and get some new folks, get y'all building. You know, one of my favorite things is I love to watch people creatively express themselves through their home plots. So if you are on the fence about Palia, you're excited about it launching on PlayStation or Xbox, come join our Discord. There's a link in the description, and I'd love to have you. We do build challenges almost every other week. I stream live on I stream live on Twitch. I release videos on YouTube, and I'm really excited to meeting you all. Personally, I really am. How do you keep the creativity alive on your plot? Ooh, this is a good one. I like this one. Forgive me if this has been discussed before. Yes, it has, but I have a solution for it. Something I wonder about a lot. I'm picking this game up after many months. I adore my plot, so much detail into all the rooms, items acquired over time, but now things are pretty full. Some rooms are half done and likely never will be. I want to start fresh, but I also don't. The thought of taking any of my plot apart kills me. Surely I'm not the only one who faces this, so how do you all cope? Like, when I see the decorator YouTubers that just keep going and going, it inspires me. Anyone else get cozy and stuck in their creations? You are not alone. Yeah, I love your username, by the way, aged like sage. So there's a couple things. And I'll throw an opinion at you. Okay. So first off, it's perfectly normal to get attached to something that you have created. I totally understand that. Secondly, keeping the creativity alive, there's mentions of plot tours and YouTube videos. I have lots of YouTube videos of plot tours that I've done, so there's inspiration that you can find from anywhere. The benefit, I guess, to see the videos that I have versus the tour boards is you'll have more of a curated perspective. So I break down a lot of the designs that people do on their plots. I have design cores, so I've identified different design styles in Palia. You can figure out which one that you align with the most, In addition to that, I also have build challenges that I issue every couple of weeks and monthly challenges. So I tour them in person live on Twitch, and this is kind of a way for you to capture your creation for posterity by recording it specifically. You have permission to make change. I think that's probably one of the coolest side effects of doing plot tours, is that I give people permission change, because we've captured it on YouTube. You can visit it anytime that you want. And, you know, I'm going to start back up plot tours. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited. Just I'll say that. Now, I know that I do them live, but I'm talking about I'm going to bring back plot tour videos, and they're going to be a thing, because it's fantastic to see what everybody creates. And one of the greatest joys that I've ever had in the last year is getting to know you all through your house designs in Palia. Fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to that. Keep an eye out for that. If that's something that you're interested in, if you're interested in a plot tour by me, let me know in the comments. Don't threaten me with a good time. Mayday, Mayday. I repeat, Mayday, Mayday. This is survey ship K-17. Emergency landing. Coordinates unknown. No response from comms. Environment scan inconclusive. Native flora exhibiting bioluminescence. Wait. Movement detected. We are not. Something went wrong with the jump drive. We were aiming for Bahari Bay, clear skies, safe landing. Instead, we dropped out of hyperspace into something else. We thought Elderwood was a simple patch, just another forest biome update. But the moment we touched down, we knew. This place is alive. I woke up alone. No crew, just whispers. There's a message scratched into the hull. Not from us. 4 words. You shouldn't be here. Welcome to the monthly build challenge. Out of this world. Your objective is to recreate your crash landing site using as many Elderwood elements as your alien brain can handle. The rules are very simple. Include Elderwood bugs, Elderwood fish, Elderwood flowers, and a furniture piece set. Make the landscape reveal itself only when someone steps into it. Build off-grid for that epic landing zone intro, if you choose. The focal point must showcase something exclusive to Elderwood. A relic, a totem, an artifact, something absolutely ancient. And the twist? Deep within your crash site, leave a sign, a message, a warning. Let it be ominous, cryptic, something written in a rush or a whisper. The deadline is going to be June 12th. Make it lush, make it weird, make it alien, make it unsettling. This isn't just a build. It's a warning beacon. See you then.